What is good, everyone? Welcome to today's aftermarket trade recap. Yeah, so getting into it today, I almost didn't make this because I was getting ready to lie down. Then remembered I had to make this, especially because today I did take two losses, so I wanted to make sure I get this out for you guys to be transparent as well as for my benefit of understanding what I did wrong today. So, getting into it today, I did not trade PM because since I did take two losses throughout the day, I decided to just lock myself out of the account, but I didn't even really have any like urgency to trade. I did come back on in the PM session to check price action stuff like that, and it was pretty bad. Lots of equal lows, lots of equal highs, lots of different, you know, sell side bias and buy side bias, and it was just very choppy towards the PM. But yeah, so getting into it for the AM, we had data news come out this morning. That's a big significant thing to point out, and we left data highs and data lows. Haven't actually seen this on a 10 a.m. data candle in a while. Figured I haven't, seen a lot of AM sessions as of recently, but that is looking like it's starting to change. But yeah, so we had this external buy side up here. We had this data high and data low that was also created. And this is where we get into the setup. So we had inversed, I believe, yeah, this tiny 2 minute right here. So let me mark that out. What I will say about today is, again, it was two losses on the day, and I can't say the first one I was really happy with, and the second one, not so much either, but not like super disappointed, as we'll see. So the second one, we inversed, but the thing that I should have waited, and I knew this, is I should have waited to see us either take out data highs or take out data lows before seeing, if we're going to take out data highs, come down a little lower and then have an inversion to go higher, or take out sweep data highs and then go to the low. So that's something I should have waited for. And I really did force this entry. Like, I can't even really, I have it drawn out here because I did mark it out, but this was not even marked out while I entered the setup. So the problem was for this position is there was no like real like setup, I would say. Like, I didn't mark anything out. I didn't know what my risk was going to be, what exactly my take profit was going to be. I set it to here. That's why I set the rest to here. But so yeah, so inverse, and then I didn't get in on the inverse, and then as soon as we came back down and tapped it, force entry again. No really risk management position, and it happened pretty fast. I mean, I can't even really like play this out really, but it was kind of, oh, I just shorted. Oops, let me go back here. But yeah, there was really no good planning for this trade. It was very forced. So yeah, purchase for longs again, and then I'm just gonna set it to like right here because that's about what I lost. And then yeah, it was like instantly a loss. So yeah, I would just say again, I should have waited to see us take out either data highs or data lows, like I mentioned. And it was forced. That's again, there's nothing really else I could say. I don't know what caused me to really force it. There wasn't like a need to trade. It was just like, oh, the break evens close, equal highs and data highs, and then possible the external buy side. Let me just go in. And then after that, I wasn't really tilted, but I was like, okay, let me see if we can sweep these data lows and then I can get an entry. So swept the data lows, got in, and then stop was again. I don't know why it set to 10 micros, like I've been saying at all times. And so stop was like about $100, and we came up, as you can see the wick up here, and I was thinking like same thing. I should set to break even. This isn't my setup. This isn't my strategy. Yes, I've turtle soup before, but usually if I'm turtle souping, I'm keeping risk low, but I'm also keeping position size low. And this was full position, and I should have done it, but I was like, oh, we came up like we swept it perfectly. Let me just keep it, and ended up getting stopped out. So by this point, I was like, okay, I took a forced entry. I took something that's not my strategy. I really shouldn't trade. And now the thing is this was setting up to be what I wanted to see, like I said earlier. Whereas if we swept either data highs or data lows to get an inversion entry, and that's exactly what we had forming right here on this 2 minute. It's kind of hard to see with all the entries, but this is exactly what we had forming right here, and we did inverse it, but we had equal lows down here. Can't go against the equal lows. So at this point, I was like, okay, force entry that's not my setup, and now the one that I wanted to see is working out, but we have the equal lows, and I've already done taken two losses that have almost, it was a little less than like the past week of 2 days of wins, but it was still a pretty significant loss. And once I saw the inversion, that's when I cut myself out and locked myself out the account, just because I was like, okay, yeah, there's no point of trading anymore for today. And I'll just let this play out too. So we inversed here. Again, I did not enter. I just had it marked out as like a forward test. And it sort of worked out. I mean, again, more times than not, though, I'm going to be safe not longing against equal lows. Like, it did tap into break even, and then the equal high, since it was so close between the break even, the equal high would have been my first take profit. Again, you know, hypothetically speaking, I might have left, if which we did hit data highs, which you'll see in a sec. I might have left one contract to run to external buy side, but again, hypothetical. And we ended up taking out the data high. So yeah, I mean, this in a sense worked out, but I didn't enter just solely based on the fact we had equal lows below, and already took two losses, and this would have been a third thing not following my setup. Yeah, I would have made money, but more times than not, I'm going to lose by doing this. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Like I said in the PM, I was looking, I deleted a lot of stuff. I was just marking out a lot of equal lows, equal highs, and I was like, yeah, I mean, again, I'm already locked out of the account. There's nothing to do. And I didn't really feel like forward testing terrible price action. So yeah, again, that's it for today. Things to note is just it's not good to break your rules. It shows here. Thankfully, it wasn't anything that got out of control or anything like that. I was on like a 4 win streak, technically 5 with yesterday's paper trade, but it just, yeah, it is what it is. The only thing that's unfortunate is that like I said, the loss was like almost equivalent to 2 days. And as for that, again, it's easier said than done to say keep your profits higher than your losses, but a lot of my setups have been, I get first take profit and then I end up getting stopped out at break even or stopped in profit. So going forward next week, or I mean, you will, yeah, actually, I don't even know really with next week because we're coming into the holidays, but tomorrow, I think I will be trading, but after Thanksgiving, it's uncertain. So tomorrow, I should say, I think I'm going to take full profits at first take profit, just in the sense to kind of build up a buffer and make sure that I'm getting good profit margins, maybe leave one contract, but we'll see. It's something I'll think about after making this video, to try to build a higher buffer of profits, and then once that gets situated, then go back to TP1, TP2, etc. So yeah, then that's it. So I'll see you guys either sometime this week or maybe next week. Again, we're coming close to the holidays, so it's uncertain. So yeah, see you guys.